Choice. It's choice that makes us human. It allows us to engage with the world in our own way, shaping how we interact with everything around us. In parkour, choice is what makes movement a form of art. The ability to express yourself through movement decisions is what elevates freerunning beyond simple traversal. Many games feature some form of parkour, but Dying Light 2 takes it to a level that often goes unrecognized, perhaps because it's a zombie game. It's easy for people to write off its movement system. Hi, my name is B-Rice, or Bryce, and as someone who has spent over 500 hours in the city of Villador, especially after the major parkour overhaul last year, I can confidently say that Dying Light 2's movement is something special. I've played both Mirror's Edge games in every mainline Assassin's Creed title. What allowed for me to resonate with Dying Light 2 was the ability to apply the mindsets of both franchises in unique ways. Mirror's Edge is an obvious comparison due to the shared first-person perspective, but the similarities run deeper. Both games feature momentum-based movement. In Mirror's Edge, maintaining momentum is everything, and the game is designed to reinforce this flow state. While Dying Light 2 doesn't have the same momentum system, it compensates by offering extensive movement choices in nearly every freerunning scenario. Mirror's Edge City of Glass is slick, pristine, and designed for fluidity. Dying Light 2, by contrast, is unpredictable. You might be sprinting across rooftops one moment, leaping over zombie-infested streets the next, and sliding down a billboard to escape a chase. The movement systems at play require more adaptability. Making a pure momentum-based system like Mirror's Edge is impractical here, but that trade-off allows for meaningful player agency. Dying Light 2's first parkour skill teaches players that the longer they hold the jump button, the farther and higher Aiden will leap. This simple mechanic is huge, enabling more precise control over movement unlike Mirror's Edge, where jumps must be fully committed. Dying Light 2's flexibility is vital in its open world. Mirror's Edge Catalyst features more linear rooftop paths. Dying Light 2, in contrast, integrates the streets, walls, and rooftops into a single interconnected playground. The parkour skill tree reinforces this philosophy. Instead of passive stat boosts like the previous game, each skill unlocks a new move, expanding the player's movement toolkit. Mastering these skills requires practice and discipline to be used effectively in its playspace. And I'd argue Dying Light 2 has a higher skill ceiling than Mirror's Edge because of this. While Mirror's Edge emphasizes keeping momentum, Dying Light 2 enhances momentum through rather layered mechanics. Skills like far jump, after boost, and slide jump deepen the movement system significantly. After boost, for instance, provides a forward boost upon landing, helping maintain speed. Far jump extends vaults, allowing players to cross otherwise impossible gaps and chain into wall runs or other moves. Some might ask, what's the point of all these inputs? It all comes back to choice. You don't have to use after boost, you could opt for a double jump or simply maintain your current path. You don't have to use far jump when vaulting, maybe a vault kick is a better option in the moment. Every encounter, every chase, every movement sequence is shaped by players' decision. When those decisions are executed successfully, they feel rewarding, a direct result of player skill and creativity. This lack of choice is precisely why Assassin's Creed has struggled with parkour in recent years. Unity, for example, may look fluid in choreographed runs, but in practice it often feels like a downgrade from the original trilogy, which offered greater depth and control. Dying Light 2 proves how meaningful movement systems can be when choice is at their core. I mean, ejects is even a skill in this game and can be used to gain height, and along with that, can be chained with other moves, which should speak to how powerful it is. Dying Light 2 reinforces its movement philosophy through its skill tree, yes, but because this is a zombie game, combat is a major focus. But given the depth of movement, it allows for parkour and combat to blend beautifully. The vault kick, the first combat skill taught early in the game, is a perfect example. Stun an enemy with a parry, vault over them, and launch a kick. But with additional skills from the parkour skill tree, you can double jump over a vaulted enemy, and follow up with a ground pound. Or while in mid-air, you can switch to a bow for any ranged effectiveness. Movement and combat are not separate systems, they are interconnected, reinforcing player freedom. The importance of movement is further emphasized through the stamina system. Stamina isn't for running anymore, it now dictates how long you can climb and fight. You can increase this through inhibitors, which is a resource you collect. As stamina increases, new parkour skills open up. This progression is most deeply felt in Nightmare mode, a difficulty that many players may not even know exists. It comes with slower stamina regeneration and higher climb cost. With this, players must think thoughtfully about how they navigate the world. Climbing straight up a building isn't just slower, it's also riskier. Instead, players are pushed to use smarter movement chains, reinforcing creative traversal. The central loop further emphasizes verticality, making skills like wall run and wall run jump crucial. Arriving to this part of the map also presents new tools like paraglider, which is essential to get across the increasingly large gaps within the area. This also requires stamina management. The player can use air vents to help extend flight, but strategic use is necessary. Even the paraglider itself has some hidden depth. Performing a kick off of it grants additional forward momentum. Once you fully upgrade a paraglider, you can use a boost mechanic combined with the kick for greater momentum. The grappling hook is another tool, but unlike Mirror's Edge where you can use it in very limited cases, here you can use it in practically anywhere in any context. From the side of buildings to the very ground itself, as stamina increases, the potential for movement expands, offering players even more choices without diminishing the importance of parkour. All that being said, Dying Light 2 rewards creativity. Every skill, every tool, and every movement mechanic exists to give players more freedom in how they approach traversal. The game doesn't force a specific style, it allows players to develop their own. Every clip I've recorded of my runs isn't choreographed, it's me playing, experimenting, and adapting on the fly. As you play more and engage with it more deeply, you are rewarded immensely. But for me, the beauty of Dying Light 2's parkour lies in its little details, like looking up to gain more height, or use the kick input while hanging from a ledge to drop down smoothly. These small nuances give players more control over how they navigate the world. Not through flashy animations, not with any handholds, but just through giving players more choice. It'll always be better to give players choice. We as humans are defined by choices. What better way to express that but through how we move through the world? Dying Light 2 Stay Human is the perfect example of why this matters. That is the power of choice. Thank you for watching.